Hey, Redbeard here, back with Redbeard's Northern Garage. Back today to introduce one of my toys to the channel. This is my daily driver, and it's got a hefty warranty, so we're only going to do some mild upgrades to it so as not to void the warranty. But it's a used truck, and we'll do some stuff to it and see if we can change fuel mileage and see how it really affects it and whatnot. Like I say, it won't be too in depth because I want to stay away from voiding the warranty because it's got a horrendous warranty on it. But it's a 2017 Dux Unlimited that was outfitted by American Luxury Coach to be a Z92 pickup. So we'll go through this thing real quick and make a quick video. And it's pretty cold up here in New England right now. If you're not from around here, it's been right around 0 or below the last couple of days, so it's pretty dirty right now. But we'll get more in depth with it when it gets a little bit warmer and I can clean it up, and maybe we'll do a wax job comparison with it or something like that. With it being black, we can really experiment a little bit, hopefully without destroying the paint. Just see what makes it look better, what lasts longer, all that fun stuff and whatnot. But let's dive into it and see what she is. So that's the Z92. You see right off, it's got somewhere between 6 and 7 inches of lift in it. I've read mixed reviews on it, and this one here actually, I believe if it's got 6, it's actually got 7 in the back, which I'll show you in a minute. But you see a big Dux Unlimited emblem on the side of it, Z92 up on the fender, and got the big fender flares on it. And everything's all colored matched on it. It's got the big, well, not big, but decent sized dual cowl hood on it that doesn't come on a whole lot of these trucks. We'll take a look underneath the hood here real quick. It's performance tuned through American Luxury Coach when they build it, and so it looks fairly stock under the hood right now. Actually, it's the cleanest point of the truck, but later on I like to get rid of that big air box and put an air intake in it, let it breathe a little bit better. Being such a big truck, she's fighting the wind pretty good going down the highway. But we'll get this closed up real quick. And you look underneath here, the brush guard. It's got Dux Unlimited in it, and you can just barely see it's got a big BDS skid plate under it and all that fun stuff. Which, like I say, we'll get more in depth with it later when it's all cleaned up and I can actually get to clean it up. It's warm enough. It's got the big Mayhem wheels, billet aluminum. They're 20-inch wheel with a 35 12.5 on it. This truck actually came factory with I think it was BFGs that it had from the factory. And when I got the truck, it had, I don't know, 20,000 miles on it. The tires were pretty spanked, so I changed them out and put the Falcon Wild Peaks on here, and I've been running these for the winter and so far, and maybe later we'll do a review, see how well they do all the way through the winter. But so far, this thing, as high as it sits, been up to the bumper or over, and doesn't stop it any. So you can see the big BDS suspension shocks in there and springs and all that stuff that they put in. We got the big Dux Unlimited on the side of the door. It's got the Black Horse side steps on it. They're chrome plated to match that brush guard. It's only got black door handles, but it's got the half and half black and chrome mirrors. It's supposed to have a emblem there and on the back window, but when they took it in trade, they peeled it off. It's for the Dux Unlimited theme that the truck has. Back here, This truck has a little bit more lift in the back because the previous owner used it to haul snowmobiles, so he put airbags in the back of it, which are all, I should have showed the box, but it's all automatic airbags, and I can show the gauge when I get there. It's got dual tip exhaust on it. Got the big Ducks Unlimited on the back, and yeah, that's that chrome handle on the back. It's got the camera and everything else, but it's the only chrome handle. I don't really get why they did that. And you got the American luxury coach, and like I say, it's a upfitted Z71 LT pickup. So it was just a base model truck, and they took it and upfitted it and did all this stuff to it. It's got the big Z92 on the rear quarter, and they add those vent shades on the windows. We'll get back around the other side here and try remote start this thing. Get a feeling for what this thing sounds like. Now we'll get inside here. This particular truck has a two-tone brown interior in it. If you come in here, it's got ducks embroidered in the seats, and when they upfit it, sorry about the mess, they add the storage compartment underneath. And one of the things we'll be adding to this truck when I get a chance to do it is I have these LEDs here that I'm going to conceal under the back where you can't see them, but use them as reverse lights for when you're backing up, because the thing sits so high that you can't really see out the back of it. But outside the interior in the bag's fairly normal. Comes with the floor mats and all that, everything. And then up here is where it gets interesting. I say it's an upfitted Z71, so it's grimy, but still got the Z71 on the door sill. For some reason they never changed it, but they did, however, change the door to match the wheels there. So instead of the factory sticker, you now have one for the new one. So that's all set. Like I say, it needs to be cleaned bad. It's got dirt everywhere. I've been working all week. But it's got up front, you can't really see it, but it's got the American luxury coach emblem inside the mat there. It's got billet pedals. Then if you climb up inside here, you got that there, and sorry I keep getting my hand in the way of the camera. It's pretty cold. My hands are trying to freeze up. But you got the gauges down there. You got the duck, and you can vaguely see the cattails inside the speedometer. And fire this thing up here real quick. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's a airlift gauge I was talking about. You got the left and right on separate gauges there for the bags. And then we'll fire this thing up. So, what I was saying is, turn stereo down so you can hear me. this particular truck, I'm going to do a comparison video later. I've got, I mentioned it before in another video. My wife has a 2021 Trail Boss. This is a 17 LT that's upfitted to Z92. My stepfather has a regular, I believe it's an 18 Silverado LTZ Realtree edition, and then my dad has what is upfitted and they called Tuscany, but it's the older body style truck. It's I believe a 16 or 7 or not 16, 15 or 16 Chevy pickup, which is the last body style, so it's kind of reminiscent of the like an updated square body. And I'd like to get my hands on all those trucks and do a review. I'll try to do the best I can to get my hands on the Tuscany. I'm not 100% sure. And then, like I say, this truck here gets, there we go, 11.2 to the gallon right now. Before we do anything to it, I want to do, everybody's raving about that range box that you plug under the dashboard, and I want to try one of those out. But I'm going to this is around town. This truck hasn't been on the actual highway probably in a couple of weeks, so I want to take this thing on the interstate, because it does by last 50 miles. So take a trip, put some mileage on it on the interstate, and see what it's claiming it gets on the interstate for 50, 60, 70 miles, whatever. And then we'll do the range box, and we'll test that out for a little while, maybe a couple weeks or a month or whatever, and see if that makes any kind of difference with it. Outside of it turns off the AFM, so I won't have where you see down the bottom right corner it says V8. This truck actually has active fuel management, so it kicks down to 4-cylinder mode, and it's irritating and annoying, and it only runs off 4 cylinders instead of all 8, and it's got a horrible drone with the exhaust on it going down the road, and it's always searching for gears, being so big and so high in the air. Driven the Realtree truck, and there's a severe difference between it. I believe these trucks are a 8-speed, and because I only drive this around town, it's always searching for gears. So his truck isn't bad. It sits down lower. It's supposedly got 2 inches of lift in it, but it doesn't show it. Drives way better than this thing does. This on the highway is amazing. No searching for gears, goes down the road nice, doesn't eat a lot of fuel, but around town it's just horrible. So I'd like to see if that box improves on it or ruins it any, or what the deal is. And it's removable, so it saves the warranty. And then after we test on that, we will do a bed cover, which doesn't seem like it's going to do a lot, but on the highway I would assume it is. And then, like I say, eventually I like to do a cold air intake on it, and maybe a few other minor odds and ends, the lights, and I got some custom decals coming in for it, for the rear window. What else? Like I say, we'll clean it up, try waxing it up. I don't know if anybody's heard of liquid glass, but if I don't do it on this, I'm going to do it on one of the other vehicles and see how it comes out. It's a older, I don't want to say it's a wax, but it's a polish that is, to some people, more durable than a regular buff and wax. So we may do it on this, we may not. It's kind of hard with the size of it to judge if I want to do it or not, and getting up on the roof and stuff. And trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to do. Either way, this is the Z92, and like I say, I just want to do a quick intro video to it, and so this would be the truck, and like I say, this is the intro to this rig. It's just a daily driver and stuff, and we seem to be getting a lot of big storms up here. And I mentioned in my last video that I just bought a new house, so I went from a Cadillac CTS, which I'll show pictures. I will vary showing pictures either at the beginning or end of the video. I'm not sure which I'm gonna do. Went from a Caddy CTS, which, I mean, I'd buy a CTS V, but I'd never buy the 6-cylinder again. Mine was V6 performance model, had everything the CTS V had but the V8 in it, and it was an automatic, and that thing was a horrible car. I think I lost every part possible in it, and it cost me more in the long run than it was worth. I went from that to, I believe, a 16.5, which is essentially a 17 Chevy Cruze RS Premier, and that was an amazing car. But I mean, it served a purpose. Good on gas, gets you around, scoots around pretty good. Little turbo job. My wife could drive it. She's got issues with one of her arms, so she can't drive a standard. So she liked it a lot too, but we had to get rid of it because essentially we bought the house and I started on the projects fixing it. We ran into the problem that it was the fully loaded top of the line car for a Cruze, which sounds foolish, but it had every option possible: heated steering wheel, heated front seats, heated back seats, leather, sunroof, this, that. It was lowered on 18s with slight body kit on it and all sorts of stuff, but I had to get rid of it to suffice for the fact that I felt like I was going to destroy a really nice car. So here we are with this. So far, no complaints at all with it. Absolutely love the truck. I just hate that it's got that AFM in there, and it's always searching for gears. So we're gonna test on this truck and see what we can do with the AFM delete and stuff. And this truck actually has a 8-speed transmission. Like, I think I might have said that before, but the Trail Boss, like I say, being a 2021, it has I believe that truck has possibly a 10-speed transmission in it. And I plan on making a video here, like I say, with all the trucks. I'd like to be able to do it in a form that is a comparison video to show you what's changed over the years. If I can get all three of the different bodies together, I can go over all the different changes and everything else, and all the updates. Like I say, this truck is just a base model LT, but this one being upfitted and having all the fun jazz in it, it actually has more options in places. It has some options that aren't in it, but it has a few options that the LTZ doesn't have. And so yeah, let me know what you think, and hell, let me know what you drive. You got an interesting daily driver or something, you know, that's pretty neat or different or unique, let me know. Show me a picture, comment down below, do whatever, and I'd be interested to see what people have, especially if it's something unique and different. And you know, this truck here, I don't know where you guys are viewing from, because obviously it's YouTube and you could be viewing anywhere in the country or outside the country or whatever. But for New England, this truck is extremely rare truck to have around here. There's a few trucks around here. The company that made this one also made a Black Horse, and it's just a more aggressive looking version of this truck. It has a big bumper on the front and a light bar on top with a roll bar, and you know, these trucks all come with different drivetrains, 5.3, 6.2, comes with the Duramax, get it in the 1500, 2500, all the options you can imagine. It's just a question of the difficulty to actually get your hands on the truck. So around here it's pretty difficult to get these. And when this sat on the lot brand new, there was one Black Horse, so that means there's this truck and there's a Black Horse a couple towns away that I don't very rarely see. And there's another one of these Z92s that's, I want to say, 2.5 hours away to the south of me, but it's not the Ducks Unlimited. It's just a base Z92 version of the truck, so it's literally just a base pickup with lifted wheels, or that's lifted with wheels, and it's got the emblems on the back and stuff like that, but it doesn't have all the special stuff like the gauges or any of that stuff. It's just a basic truck. So like I say, comment down below, let me know what you think of the truck. Let me know if there's anything that's popping to mind to do the truck that I can do without destroying the warranty to it, or anything you'd like to see more in depth about the truck. And like I say, it'll be back later. I also got stick around, I got an intro to the car that I actually be building. It'll start with a big strip down. I'm doing a rear seat delete and some other stuff to it to start this winter. Like I say, it's cold, and with the access to my garage and not be able to put heat to it with so many cars in there, I mean, I'm gonna do a little here and there to make videos and what I can, and need some wiring done, need some rear seat delete done, and then come springtime, once I can move it around, it's gonna lose all of its suspension and stuff like that, and that's all gonna get redone and everything else. And then I have yet another car that I got to do work to get ready for spring to be able to drive, so I don't have to drive the truck. So we got some interesting stuff to come up, and yeah, stick around. Stuff might get interesting, stuff might break too, who knows, we're good at that stuff. Like I say, welcome to the channel. It's Valentine's Day, so have a good one, enjoy your day, and try not to get too cold. Thank you.